Hi everybody, welcome to this product briefing. Today we're going into native Bluetooth headsets. This is a relatively new certification category for Microsoft. So this is headsets without dongles. And I've got Gregory who's going to explain all about it. Logi have two certified headsets, the first two, so no one better to explain it. Gregory, first of all, did you want to introduce yourself and give us a little bit about your role and your background, please?
Sure. Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me. Gregory Franc De Ferriere. So I'm with Logitech. I'm leading product for headsets at Logitech, especially focused on enterprise.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm really excited to talk about this. I feel like I've literally been waiting for this for about 15 years. It's crazy. Like this need for dongles or USB little fobs for headsets has been around forever. I guess that might be a good place to start. Why did we need those, and what are those doing? Because obviously you can Bluetooth your headset to your phone, but you've always, until quite recently, needed that dongle on the PC or the Mac.
Yeah, so I mean, great questions. I mean, we got a lot of customers asking us this question for many years. So I mean, historically, the dongle or the USB receiver, however you call it, has been there for mostly three reasons. One was basically plug and play. You plug a dongle to the computer and it just works. You don't need to go to like the settings to pair the device. Second is audio quality has been relatively poor over Bluetooth, over Windows, 7, 8, 10. And you need a good audio receive and transmit in order to have professional conversations. And the third reason was to have your status in a meeting, meaning like pick up a call, hang up a call, mute yourself. You needed to have the dongle as a USB devices in order to synchronize the status together with Teams or Skype for Business at the time. So that's the historical reason behind that.
That's good to understand. So some of it about like receiver quality, and some of it about these HID controls that the UC client Teams in this case is expecting a USB device to tell it certain things, mute, unmute, the Teams button. So we were kind of stuck to the Teams client expects a USB device, therefore the USB device acts that behavior. And
Exactly.
that's now changed, hasn't it? So I've got the Zone Wireless 2 and the 305s. I've been playing with these. So these are the first two Microsoft officially certified devices for what I call dongleless, what Microsoft are calling native Bluetooth. So how's that come about? I'm assuming there's some changes on the Microsoft side to enable that capability.
Yeah, so what happened is that, I mean, we've been working very closely with Microsoft for many years, and I think it's a feedback that keeps coming from customers that why do I need to have this dongle always with me? And this problem has really increased over the recent years because you have less and less USB port on the computer, right? So this problem is has been coming bigger and bigger. Well, there's two key things that really enables this experience. First of all is Windows 11 and recent laptop has a significant improvement over the audio performance, right? So overall, I think the first problem I mentioned earlier is about the audio quality transmitting or receiving. I mean, this is fixed with Windows 11 and recent computers. Second was about the easily connected device, right? So, a dongle is plug and play. Well, now with Swift Pair, with Windows 11, again, it's Swift Pair. It's really easy to connect, and you don't really have to, go into your Bluetooth settings and have an additional hurdle for people to connect. But then finally, the biggest part was really about working closely with Microsoft and Intel and Windows teams to enable the call controls, the mute sync, and now the Teams buttons to be integrated without having the little dongle. So the little dongle was acting as a USB device, but now we do that directly over Bluetooth. And we needed a lot of work at the lower level with Intel, Windows team, and Teams to really enable all that at the lower level, at the driver levels, to enable that. So that has been a big collaboration work over the last 18 months to really enable this experience and really making sure that your experience when you have a native Bluetooth is basically the same as without having a dongle.
And that's a huge deal, isn't it? Because it wasn't really best practice before, but obviously you could ignore a dongle and manually sync on Bluetooth, and you might get away with it from quality point of view on a modern PC with a modern chipset. But then the user experience wasn't as good because they would press mute and it wasn't syncing through to the Teams client, or they had the Teams button, but the Teams button wouldn't do anything over Bluetooth.
Yeah, and I think one of the main thing as well is, I mean, if you look at IT organizations, right? I mean, first of all, they were very happy to remove the dongle, right? Because for them, less dongle means less tickets. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
about less hurdles. But also, you can't compromise on the experience because if you remove the dongle, then people have the mute sync not there, or if you hang up a call, it doesn't hang up the call, like you don't have the full experience. So that's why we believe that to really enable this experience, we really push through like the overall experience and work really, really closely, invested a lot of time in our engineering efforts and firmware to really make sure that the experience is really an end-to-end experience. That was fantastic.
So you've got the first two certified headsets and the only certified headsets at the moment. So the Zone Wireless 2 and the Zone 305. Can you just take us through what those headsets are, where they're positioned, how they compare?
Yep. Sure. So we started in January with the first native Bluetooth certified headset, which is Zone Wireless 2.
Yeah, this is this one, I think.
And that's our top of the line on-ear headset with ANC and great open office microphone noise constellation. So that's really our top of the line. And you by having it with a native Bluetooth, you make it a bit more affordable and really enable people to really deploy. Because our belief is that we basically reduce the price of whatever the price of the USB receiver is, and we reduce this price. So you have like much more
And
affordable.
take us through that premium microphone open office certification, because not many people understand that. It's on the Microsoft Docs, but it's not very clear. What's that for and what's that do?
Yeah, so great question. So this was introduced a few years ago by Microsoft, and the idea was to have two levels of microphone noise reduction level. The first one is what everybody had been used to, like it's a team certified device that is pretty good at canceling noise in an office. The premium open office certification is an additional level that is higher. So if you take it like someone which is like, next to you at an office, say, 80 centimeters to 1 meter, is speaking next to you at the same time, well, the microphone won't be picked up we won't pick up the nearby talkers in your conversations. So it's a much stronger noise reduction with a premium open office compared to the standard one.
And am I missing? There's nowhere on Microsoft where they give us a clue as to which devices are certified for that extra level. Is there a list of that somewhere?
It's a good question. I think at some point Microsoft was supposed to make it on their store as an
Ah,
option.
maybe it's in the store rather than I'm looking at the docs. So that's interesting.
Microsoft Team certified devices.
Otherwise, it
Um,
sounds like I'm setting myself some homework to do a report on who's got the extra certification.
uh, Microsoft Team enabled devices. Let's see if they have it as a list item that is considered headsets.
Premium microphone for OpenOffice. Yes, I see it in the store. Let me have a look. So I'll add a link to the show notes. So yeah, this brings
Great.
it down
Yeah,
to a subset of mics, a subset of headsets that have the extra certification. That's good to know.
yeah, yeah. And usually
Awesome.
it's a top of it's usually
Yeah,
the
the higher end ones. That's nice. And then the Zone
yeah.
305 is the other one that's certified for the native Bluetooth. Got that
Yeah,
as well.
that's right. So
Thank you.
so we launched the Zone 305 about a bit more than a year ago now. And the whole idea with the 305 was to really provide an entry-level wireless options. So a lot of companies are buying wired because they have to at this particular price. They didn't have an offering that was entry level wireless. So that's really where Zone 305 really came to the table. So it's 69 in the US, I believe 79 in Europe. And the whole idea here is, deploy wireless at scale, and obviously without dongle, it's a very compelling solution.
Awesome. And this native Bluetooth certification, it's not any PC, any Mac, anything yet. There is a subset, right? And there's some certificate or there's some hardware specs. Can you talk us through what the requirements are?
Great question. So as when you launch something new, you need to really make sure um, that you have the latest specs. So first of all, we work really closely with Intel. As I said at the beginning, it's really some work that was required on the lower level to really enable this experience. So there's a doc in Microsoft documents that specified which ISST drivers we need to have, which is like 12 or 13 generation and above, and specify the Intel Bluetooth requirements. It's not with Mac today, and we are working with other PC vendors outside of Intel to really enable that. But so far they haven't come yet. But we are in constant communication with others. Um, I think there's a very interesting dynamic that we see right now in the marketplace, because we've been discussing to a lot of customers about this new standards, and actually we find like a lot of customers, even though they haven't updated all their park, right, of laptops, they're willing to really make the investment now because they see that as a go forward investment. You have the
Yeah.
huge Windows 11 transition going now, and people are like, hey, what's my standard going forwards? And they're willing to invest, even though they won't have the compatibility for all devices. They are making the investment now. So other thing that is interesting is, if you want some people to have the dongle is compatible as well. So you can plug the dongle in for the people that needs
That's
have
what I
an
was going to say.
older
You
laptop.
you have options of these. You have SKUs with and without dongle, right? So I
Exactly.
could buy the with dongle today. And actually, if I was in IT, I might even be inclined to buy the with dongle and stockpile some of the dongles, because for the people with dongles, they still got the need. And yeah, but then when the laptop fleet is ready and current, the user can just drop the dongle and go full native, which is awesome.
Exactly.
And from an IT support point of view, I've got the exact same conversation with users in terms of features and capabilities, and I've got the same driver story and all that good stuff. So it's nice to have. I'm glad you haven't just gone, this is exclusively a dongleless one and there's no dongle. It's nice to have both options on the table.
Exactly. Exactly, and that's really how we sort of really build it. We really try to build it as, it's an option. So we have our headset with or without dongle for the time being, because I think this will always coexist for the time being. Not everybody is ready to jump that wagons, but we have options, right? And our idea is to really price the native Bluetooth versions, a lot more attractive, so you can
Yeah.
really drive that option.
Awesome, and it's really impressive from a Logitech point of view to see you not have the first one but the first two, and so far no other certification. And there's some stiff competition in the headset space, right? Some big players. Like I think it shows this level of commitment you've got to this, particularly to the enterprise space. Maybe for everybody listening in, like obviously Logi has a wider headset and audio story, but you've been quite a few years now focusing on the enterprise space. What's been your kind of experience of that journey, Gregory?
Great questions. Look, what very few people knows is that we have been in the headphone space for many years. So we started in 1982 with a brand that we acquired called Labtech, and I was doing the headphone for the Walkman. As a matter of fact, we were like one of the largest manufacturers doing like third-party Walkman headphones.
Oh, that's so cool. That's
So
such a good claim to fame. Such a classic device.
exactly, and when you put the picture to the device, like people are like, wow. And we have invested over the years into the categories. I mean, as a house of brands, right? But we have like we bought the UE Pro Customs back in 2008. We have a huge lineup of gaming headset as well. But over the last 5 or 6 years, we have sort of decided to really reinvest in our headset portfolio. So 2009 was when 2019, sorry, is when we launched our first team certified headset, which was Zone Wireless, which was at the time was the first headset with Qi charging, and also with all-in-one dongle with unifying plus a USB receiver. And then over the years, we have keep building the portfolio. Our focus has really been about the knowledge worker, and we to offer complete solutions together with our mouse, keyboard, webcam to really have a whole solution dock and to really provide a whole solutions. And through obviously with COVID, we have an accelerations of the growth and adoptions, right? With many people have adopted our solutions. 2022 is when we launched the first true wireless team certified with Zone True Wireless. So we sort of continue to build a portfolio, but we also believe that everyone has a different need for a headset, right? People like on ear, but we felt like it was very based towards on ear. So we provide over the ear with Zone Vibe, True Wireless with in ear. And we believe that we need more and more options. And we try to leverage our consumer heritage to really bring different form factor. And for example, our Zone Vibe has been doing extremely well at providing an over the ear solutions at price for scale. And similarly, we try to really bring colors. I know in enterprise, like, a lot of people are seeing a lot of a sea of black, right? But we see again the workforce, a lot younger workforce coming in and wanting to have a device that they want to wear, not the old device that they
Yeah.
put in the drawer and never use it. So we saw a huge opportunity here. We brought rose, white, so colors that people actually wants to wear. And we're seeing in Dongles here that we understand some companies want to standardize on the color, but we have more and more large corporates that are like, hey, I've got demand from my end user. Please enable me to provide colors, as it's a strong differentiator for them to help drive adoption of devices, of compliant devices. Many people come with consumer devices at the office, and the microphone is we need to be polite here, but really bad. And having a device that is certified, that is really fitting the color and something that people wants to wear, is provide a huge way to really drive adoptions of compliant and certified products.
Yeah, I like the new like colors in the Zone Vibe. So you've got the kind of pinky color and the white grey color. And like that white grey is just so popular now, as you say. But you want to give your users something they want to wear and enjoy, and they're on video, so actually them feeling comfortable and showing some style is definitely a nice thing.
Exactly, and that has the feedback has been there, and I think we all need to work together to enable that as well, right? Because we understand like some companies want to deploy some limited colors, but we're working really closely with our customers and our partners to really enable that globally. Because one of our big mission as well is to really have product available globally. Every product we launch is really global, so we're trying to really deploy it. The other big thing that is really important for us is we've been, I mean, as you saw, right, we scale really in the meeting rooms, right, over the last few years, and that Sync platform has been a huge the platform that has been growing to really be our cloud management platform for meeting rooms, but also with personal devices. So if you're in IT and you're looking at managing all devices for your companies, well, you look at Sync and you can see from my meeting room to my desk to personal devices to my docs. And this is beautiful for an IT decision maker, because now he doesn't have multiple software to get approved internally. In one thing, he can sort of manage his fleet. He can push firmware updates, and for it's such a strong solution for them to help manage their fleet.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Actually, I hadn't really thought of that through. But like, you've got the Logi keyboard and mice. You've got more and more capabilities going into those as well. So you need those firmware updates to come regularly, and then probably webcam and headset as well. So if you can bring that management story down to one platform, that's a massive a reduction in operations for the IT team as well.
Exactly. And to your point earlier about the investment we're making, I think the other piece of investment we're making is in our testing equipment. So we have like one of the largest anechoic chamber in North America, in our office in Camas next to Portland. but we also have facility in Taiwan, India, and California. So we're making massive investment in this category, uh, both on the testing environment. We have like the teams testing environment in anechoic chamber, but we're also replicating the team's setup as well, the team test setup as well in our offices. And this
Yeah,
enables us to really have a fantastic product development because we can test the product in the same place. And after that, you can do real world testing, but you can do first the testing for the lab, but also do real world testing. So the investments are continuing, and we believe we will accelerate that.
that's awesome. It's not for Microsoft and the certification. People who don't know that process, it's not just pay your money and get a rubber stamp, right? There is a decent amount of testing. Like it's non-trivial to get through those certifications.
Yeah, great questions. And I would see the team certification. I mean, and you probably talk to even more IT people than me, but if you talk to any IT, the first criteria for a headset is team certified, right? And Teams and Microsoft Teams has done an amazing job as really creating a standards on the receive quality, so what you can hear, what the other end hear, and making sure that your mute, your call pickup, call hang up, like all your button works across multiple platforms, across multi-point scenarios. So if you connect to your phone and your PC at the same time, so they got an incredible numbers of testing, which are very thorough. Um, and so once you pass the lab testing, then you do like end-to-end testing, so real life testing. And then you actually do dog fooding. So you have people at Microsoft that are testing your products on top of user testing. So it's a fairly complex process. But what we have seen is that it puts a good product in theory, but it's not only in theory, it's actually in practice because you
Yeah,
had a bunch of people that had to test the product and validate the performance.
that's awesome. Oh, Gregory, thanks so much for taking us through. It's really interesting to hear behind the scenes the effort and care that goes into this product development. And yeah, I've been super impressed using my wireless 2 with no dongle as like on a personal level. I just love not having to worry about a dongle when I'm packing. So thanks for bringing those to market. And yeah, I know you've got more on the way as well. So maybe we'll catch up again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the chat.
Thanks.